Hello guys, so it's been 4 years since I came to Japan. I'm going to try to recap on stuff I've learned and stuff I've been doing here, and what I've learned really, which hopefully will help some people. You might find it interesting as well, maybe. Basically, in the past 4 years, I've met many people from different areas of the world and also Japan as well. Um, in Japan, some people can speak English and some of them can't speak English, as you would find out if you live here. But it depends where you work and it depends what you do. Um, I worked in English schools and also in international companies. And some people, their English is really good. It's quite interesting to meet people here because you meet people from different parts of the world. I've been to many areas in Japan actually in the past 4 years. I didn't really go too far last year because I was moving. But before that, I've been to the south of Japan and as far north as Fukushima to get my tattoos. And hopefully, I'll have a chance to go to the north of Japan. Um, I've also I climbed Mount Fuji a few years ago, back in 2015. Sorry, no, I've climbed Mount Fuji, which was interesting. Uh, as you can find out, I had some trouble to do with my friend. Well, my friend back then who helped me climb to the top. Well, he didn't help, but you would have seen my video earlier on, which you can find just here, where you can find out about my trip to get to Mount Fuji and my journey up and down the mountain itself. I've also worked for 4 different companies, which are English schools and also design related companies. They were international companies, so I worked at an English school in Odawara for nearly 2 years. I worked at a school in Saitama for about a year, and then I worked in 2 other companies which are design related in Tokyo, in Ebisu and now Roppongi. As well as that, I've moved 5 times. I've lived in a Japanese house for 1 year, and I've lived by myself in Odawara. Now, well, I've lived in Odawara, Saitama, which was Kitatora, Sangenjaya, Komagome, and also I live I live now in Jiugaoka, which is not too far from Shibuya. Okay, so a recap on the past year. If you've been watching my channel, I moved from Odawara to Tokyo, which is quite a distance. I drove a car for the first time here, which is quite a pleasant experience, but a bit sort of scary too, without knowing the actual some of the road signs and not being sure like what's going on through the ETC card system, which is a card which you can use for the toll gates. As well as that, I went back to England. I went overseas, so I went to Doha. You can see the video just here. And I also went to England to see friends, which is interesting. I really liked it. And I got used to working at my new job. We use a mixture of Japanese and English, but because I work with such a good sort of group of people, people from different parts of the world. We have people from like the Philippines, from France, from Germany, Poland, Sweden, Mexico, Germany. I think so, Germany. People who are Dutch as well, so people from Holland, people from Israel too, and also Japanese people. It's quite interesting just to speak to different people from different cultures and to learn about their sort of about their situation here and also about their country and what's different between their countries and here. Different people at work have different ideas, so some of them like Japan, some of them don't really like Japan. for me, like I sometimes like Japan and sometimes I don't really like Japan, but it's what you get from living here actually. So your mind can change like whenever. As you can see, I've got the poster of the Piccadilly Circus behind us with the. I also spent my 30th in Japan. It was really really good actually. I had fun by going to Yokohama and having food around Tokyo too. Um, it was a nice birthday, nice celebration, and also I met a few of my YouTube friends. I met up with Sakunogen as well. Please check him out. Just here. I've also put his name in the comment section. Well, I've also put his name in the description as well. But check him out. He was really really kind, and it was nice to meet up with a fellow Yorkshireman in Japan because we hadn't seen each other for about 3.5 years, I guess. In Japan, what I've learnt from living here mainly is, I would say, moving is expensive. I spent so much moving, and moving from Odawara to here was really, really expensive. It cost me about 600,000 yen in total to move from a 1 LDK apartment in Odawara to here, and then to try and work out how to get everything delivered and trying to sell items. It was also sad, like moving and just missing people. Well, saying goodbye to people in Odawara, and then coming to Tokyo. But to move here was quite expensive because you pay all the agency fees. And I did have some help from a company which I put in the description below too, which might help people in the future if you do want to move. And also the delivery company were really really helpful. I was so surprised how strong they were and how they moved everything. But finally I'm kind of settled in Jiyugaoka. Like I said, it's a good like 12 minutes I guess to Shibuya from here, and to my workplace it takes like 28 minutes, so it's not too bad. One thing I don't like about moving out here, I guess it happens as well in like your own country, like you lose contact with people. But people who you seem to like get along with a lot when I was in Odawara, I got on with like many people. But since moving here to Jiyugaoka in Tokyo, I've lost contact with like many people who I knew so much. They just stopped contacting me as well. I also learned like many people here, when they get let's say a boyfriend or girlfriend, they just lose contact completely. It's mostly with sort of girls, which I used to know who were friends. As soon as they get a boyfriend, it's just a Japanese thing, I think, because it doesn't happen so much back in England. But they just completely just stop messaging you, which is kind of sad. Because I made quite a few friends here, and I also lost like a few friends too, just due to politics and stuff, which is kind of strange, but it happens. I also realised that you just meet some certain type of foreigners here too. I always look at like Facebook and Twitter and stuff and see what people are doing, but you always have the same sort of foreigners. Most of them are like, yeah, Japan's the best, whoa, yeah, everything's good about Japan, and then some people complain or like right now with the sort of Twitter and the YouTube community, I've noticed quite a lot of like fighting, just drama going on, which doesn't make sense because it's just a small community and like everyone should just like chill out and listen to people. But it doesn't bother me too much because I don't really care, and I just keep to myself and try to do my own thing and try to meet friends who I seem to get on with more here, and friends back in England or friends back in Europe and other countries who sometimes come visit. When changing stuff over here, such as getting like a driving license or applying for a new visa, because every year I get the 1 year visa, yay! If anyone's in like the same boat of getting a 1 year visa every year, please leave us a comment, because I want to know like how many you've got, because this is my 4th year to get a 1 year visa. I'm so lucky. Basically, when like you're applying for an apartment and everything, there's so much paperwork to do and moving. going to the hospital, like anything you do, there's just so much paperwork. Of course, nearly everything is all in Japanese, so it's a bit tiresome, but I moved to a country where English isn't the main language, so I have to deal with it. But it's just something I have to stick out and keep at it. Basically, how do I feel? Currently, this is my 4th year in Japan. I've had fun here and stuff, but when I went back to England during September last year, it just made me miss sort of England so much and miss being in like another country. I've been here for quite a while now, but I miss like so much. Just things being easier. Work-wise, there's more jobs in design, I think, for me, and I just feel like everything's just a bit easier, and I can travel more and go around to different places. So my current feeling is that I want to sort of go back, but I can see how things go really. I'm just going to see how this year sort of goes, but I'm trying to save as well, because I miss being back home, and just getting used to stuff which is going around here. Just see if I can sort of make it when I go back home, or if I want to go back home. I just sort of think like Japan's probably like the right place for me, I think. But I've had a good time here for the past few years. But I'll keep on blogging throughout the year anyway, and probably into next year too, about my experiences. I hope that video wasn't too boring for you. I just wanted to recap on my 4 years in Japan. If you have any questions or anything, please leave us a comment or contact me on Twitter or Facebook. I'm happy to help out anyone who wants to come here, or if they have any questions, or even if you want to meet up for a beer, just give us like a message or call, or give us a call. See you.